Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter implied and basically said that decisions in game are coming from the front office and are not being made by Aaron Boone. Is that true, not true? How do you respond to that?
Look, I'm not saying it from any inside knowledge, but I'm pretty sure Aaron's not the one that's calling every move that they make throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not true, clearly. Appreciate you asking so I can clarify. And they don't know. Clearly, they don't know. I know that DJ said that. I don't know what he meant by it. He did say he doesn't have inside knowledge when he said it, but he did say it for whatever reason. And I think that's the boogaboo that people get to throw out there when they got nothing else to throw. You know, it's like, essentially he agrees with me that Aaron Boone's a good manager. This is Derek's commentary, and I agree with him. You know, there's always the boogeyman of other people are making the calls. Analytics. People like to throw that too, and none of that's accurate. At the end of the day, you put Joe Torre on a deposition, you put Joe Girardi under a deposition, or you put Aaron Boone under a deposition. I've never picked a lineup. We've never picked a lineup. We don't tell them who to play. We don't tell them who to pitch, whether it's the pen or the rotation. We do have conversations like every organization, about, what's best at times, in our opinion, their opinion. They'll ask us various different things, and that's about process and setups. But in the end of the day, they have the power of the lineup. I did call Derek right away. I was like, hey, man, well, out of curiosity, because, do you believe this? And he said, no. If you watched, I said I have no internal knowledge of this. I was like, I know, but you said what you said, and that's how it played. And he said, well, I feel Boone gets too much blame, so he just, from his perspective, was trying to blend it without putting meaning to what he meant. And he didn't really tell me after that what he meant, but outside of pointing out that I did say I had no internal, information there. And so then I just said, well, for my edification, I'm going to just share that at no time have we ever done the lineups. At no time has anybody dictated from any chair other than the manager's chair who to play. And inaccurately, you get paid to have an opinion, but you don't have access to all the information. And sometimes you give a good opinion, and then sometimes you give a really lousy one. And in A-Rod's case, he didn't talk about, that I heard anything about manager decisions being made from the front office, because that's false. But he did say stuff about roster construction, which doesn't make any sense, because, first of all, they both picked us to win the World Series 48 hours before we got eliminated. Everybody believes in it, and it looks great, and then the next day you lose, and it's like you're dumb, you're idiots, and what were they doing? And so you get picked to win the World Series on Fox, and then you get slaughtered, 48 hours later by Fox, by the same people. They're obviously respected people, but it doesn't mean their opinions are always correct every time they throw them.